What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reporter Show. As always, it's your host, Justin Porter, and I'm welcoming one co-host today. Hey, I'm gonna blame it on him, cause he started it off at the beginning of this semester,
that was my fault.
and now everybody just want to show up whenever. If they don't want to show up, so all we got today is Josh Tucker helping me out with the conversation, cause Buddy over here is doing who knows what. So it's whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it straight away, cause we got to make this one quick. We're gonna start it off with men's basketball. They faced off against Texas West on Thursday, and just like Tuck said, they got D-Mike going early. It was in that first half, they got him going with the first couple of points. It was 4 for 5 with 11 points at the end of that first half. They got out to an early lead, but got to a point where they were shooting a little dry, had a little dry spell going on, and then the game was tied up at 19-19 a little bit, about halfway through that first half, and then we sort of took control back from there and went up 35-25 into the half. Second half, we struggled a little bit with turnovers.
We did.
Had 11 of them in the second half, and so that goes back to what we were talking about last week, playing 2 good halves of basketball.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, we always set ourselves up good, so when we do have a setback, it doesn't really affect us that much, but it's still good to see 2 good halves of basketball. True. Because you know that you're going to have it, especially going into this weekend.
Especially going into February and March, man.
Yeah, man. And so D-Mike ended up with 19 and 10 on 7 of 12 field goals. Quentin had 15 on his own, and Tajay had 13 points. I honestly thought that game would never end with all the foul calls, man.
Ooh, man, that last 5 minutes
the
took
last
like 20 minutes.
That's what I'm saying,
forever,
bro. I think I clocked out at 10:30. I said, man.
And that game was way too long at the end because, I mean, we was turning over and they started fouling with like 3-4 minutes left, which is pretty early to start the fouling game. But then we were still up 10 with like a minute and they're still fouling. It's like, man, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So, it took forever, but us turning the ball over didn't help it, because if we would have been up 20, they wouldn't have even played the fouling game.
But who knows? The way they was fouling, I think they just wanted to foul, bro.
They was eager to foul.
Yeah. And so we ended up winning that game 74-61. That was a game that we should have won. We did win, but it was also another game where we struggled to have the same game that we put out in the first half that we ended up with in the second half. It just wasn't the same, and so we got to play a full game, man, where we sort of hand it to them the whole way through. You know, I don't want to have a half where we thrashing them, and then another half where they right there with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So got to finish that one out. But the win against USAL on Saturday was definitely a match that had a lot of excitement to it. We controlled most of the first half. Once we got the lead, we never really gave it up. We were shooting pretty well from the field, 45% from the field, and we went up by 5, 40-35 going into the half. We were up by 10 for most of the half. It was a game that, even though we went into the half up by 5, I honestly felt like we were up by more than that. It was a game that we just felt that we controlled very well. And then the second half was an offensive showcase.
Ooh, man, it was. Golly, that second half.
Talk to me about that second half, bro.
Man, we went in the half up 5. Everything was good. I thought we held them to like, I don't know, maybe like below 30 from the field, maybe like below 20 from 3 first half. So we were feeling good. And then the only points they had the first half was offensive rebounds and free throws. So obviously the talk at halftime was clean those up and we'll blow these boys out. And then we came out the second half. And man, we let one dude get a wide open 3, like the first or second possession. Yeah. And once he saw that one go in, well, he started letting it go. He was letting it go.
Because he didn't have nothing in the first half.
Nothing. Not even a shot attempt, I don't think. 0.
0 points. Oof. And he came out in the second half and put up 27 points.
Yeah, I tip my hat to the kid, man. That was a dang good second half. That's the thing about college basketball. If you have a good shooter on your team and you let him get one wide open and see it go in, it's over with. He's gonna start just letting it fly from anywhere, and man, he played out of his mind. So it was a little scary. It was a little scary being on the other side of it. Not gonna lie.
I'm already knowing. I mean, I saw him put up one, then another one, then another one. I said, hold on now. I said, y'all better slow him down, because once somebody get hot like that, they'll just come down the court and just shoot, and it don't even matter.
Yeah, he don't care. It's like we get up to 15, right this close to putting it out of reach, and then here he comes, 2 threes in a row.
But we had our own Quentin was 6 for 6 from the 3 in the second half, and he ended up with 30 points, 9 for 14 from the field, and 8 for 11 from the 3. So Buddy was dropping his own pair of threes.
He was, yeah. They was going back and forth.
Back and forth.
Back and forth.
That was really exciting second half. We both ended up scoring 10 plus more points in the second half than we did in the first half. We scored 53 in the second half, and they scored 45. So, like I said, that second half was an offensive showcase. Everybody was sort of getting after it in that one.
It was.
But we still ended up winning 93-80 with 50% from the field, 40% from the 3, and 58% from the free throw line. Man, what's up with the free throws,
we
baby?
just got to knock them down, bro.
Yeah.
We just got to knock them down. It's nothing simpler than you can say, but we just got to make them. They're free.
I know.
I mean, it's not hurting us right now, but these next 4 games, man, those free throws can and will hurt us if we don't make them. So, I mean, we got to really just lock in and make them things.
I think right now we feel comfortable not hitting them. Not saying that we're okay with it, but it's just the fact that we do so much other things very well that we don't really think to ourselves, I really need to lock in on free throws.
Agreed.
Because right now the score ain't close. But y'all gonna go into some games where y'all gonna have to compete, and free throws could be the win or lose.
That can be the game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, man, we're fortunate to have been up by enough right now to where it don't hurt us, but that don't change the fact that we got to get it going. If we don't, it can bite us for sure.
But what I will say is after the past 2 weeks, we done handled our business and we made our way into second place in the standings in conference, right behind Langston at 13-5. But just like we said a couple weeks ago, it's still decided by one game. So there's 4 teams right there with us: Southwestern Assemblies of God, Mid-American Christian, and Science and Arts that we just beat. All of those games are within one, or right there, no games make a difference. So it's win or lose.
It is. Man, it is.
It's win or lose.
That's what's fun about it, though. You know,
It is.
you want
It makes
to
it
play
fun.
in February. You want to play some big time games like that actually mean something. There's a lot of teams in the conference already recruiting, and you know what I'm saying, getting ready for next year. So it's a privilege to play in these games. But yeah, man, we got to go out there and compete.
All right, next up we got women's basketball. They went in against Tex West as well on Thursday, and honestly, we let them hang around a little bit in the first quarter, turning the ball over 7 times. Struggled to keep control of it. We still shooting the ball pretty decent though, so it was 19-20 going into that second quarter, and then we started playing our game after that. Emily and Megan combined for 16 of our 22 in the second, and we held them to just 9 points. So 22-9 in the second quarter. Yeah, all right.
Big time,
that's big right there. We continue to do the same thing in the third quarter, getting to the line, knocking down a lot of free throws. Linda was a big part of that. We were 8 for 12 from the free throw line and held them to 9 points again, so defense locking down. Megan, of course, went for another double-double. Is it a surprise at this point? Not really. Sort of expected. 21 points, 20 rebounds on 8 for 12 field goals. Emily had 16 points with 9 assists, almost had a little double-double with the assist there. Linda had 16, and Taylor Houston had 11. I remember saying a couple weeks ago that we needed to get her going, and I felt like
here you go taking credit, bro.
You
caught it.
All I'm saying is we said she needed to get going in the past 3 weeks. She done got going.
She been hooping,
and it's really working out for the team.
She's been hooping, man.
Because you need to have more than just one presence down there. Because as we've seen in the past couple of games, they're starting to double Megan.
Yes.
It don't do nothing, but
they're gonna need to bring 2
it don't
more.
do nothing, but they are starting to double her. So it's good to see that Taylor's down there as well, getting in some work. So that really helped them out. They ended up winning that game 84-55. It was they manhandled them.
They did.
Or woman handled them, however you want to say it. But they did their thing. They won that game 84-55, and that was good to see. The next game they went in Saturday against USAO, and boy, this was back and forth the whole game.
This was a ball game.
It was a ball game. I think we lost to them earlier.
Lost to them by bad.
Yeah.
Bad, like 30-plus bad.
Yeah. So this is a game, not only did we need to win for standings, but it was also a game that we needed to win for morality.
Nah, for sure.
Because if I get 30 piece, gonna be a little hurt.
You're gonna be hurt.
Gonna be real hurt. So this
man.
is a game that we needed to win. There wasn't a single point in this game where either team pulled away. So all the way, first, second, third, it was 15-16 first quarter, 19-18 second quarter, 16-19 in third, 22-17 in fourth. So nobody really got away with anything.
Yeah, nobody ever really ran away with it.
I don't know if it was people missing shots or defense was playing really good. It could have been a little bit of both. But what I did notice was that they put up 81 shots.
Oof. Man. Oh, USL did?
Yes.
Woo.
Now, I'm assuming that's unheard of because I ain't never seen that before.
81 is a ton.
Okay.
Was it 40-minute game?
Yeah.
81 shots is a lot.
81 shots
man.
is a lot.
It is.
So, yeah. I feel like our shot selection was a lot better. I feel like they was just jacking up everything.
Man.
Which, who cares? It's whatever. I'm just glad that they wasn't back up. Because if you 81 shots and you shooting at least 50%, you probably gonna
you
exactly.
might touch the 100 range. You might touch the 100 range.
So we kept that low, even though they kept putting up shots, they weren't making them. So our defense was doing the job. Linda had 21, and she was 6 for 14 from the field, and 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Megan had 17 and 20, another double-double. Emily had 11, and Taylor, another one, had 10. And like I said, she warming up.
She is warming up. I mean, with the team with a play style that like USAO has, I mean, they got shooters everywhere. They got them 2 guards, number 4 and 10, I believe, really athletic, really quick. I mean, it's hard to just keep up with a team that plays that fast and shoots that much. So credit to them for going out and still handling their business because, man, 81 shots, I'm just looking at that like, dang, bro, that is a lot.
That's what I'm saying. I said 81 shots, that's a little bit ridiculous,
Yeah,
ain't
it
it?
is.
But at the end of the game, when it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? I think it's a famous sports analyst, Max Kellerman. He had this to say when somebody asked him about who was gonna take the last shot.
Open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it.
Who we gonna take? Who you gonna take?
I want Linda Bryce.
That's what I'm saying.
I want Linda Bryce, yo.
Because it don't matter. At the end of the game, I feel like we run the same play
every time,
and we get to the same spot, and there has not been one team that has stopped that play. So we're gonna go ahead and show y'all the play. Because
every time
she gonna get to that left block every time. And that was it.
And that was all she wrote.
And that was all she wrote, man. And my thing is, I mean, I've said it before, she got a dog mentality. But to know that when it comes down to the shot that you gonna call timeout, y'all gonna go to the sideline, and it's gonna be like this. Get the ball to Linda. Linda, go to your spot.
Everybody else.
And hit your shot. For your coach to have all the confidence in you to go to that play time and time again, and you have never failed.
I mean, she literally every time I've been in this situation, she either made it or got fouled, or sometimes both.
Yeah. And it's like, dog, my goodness.
Yeah, nah. Nothing can stop her from getting to that spot in the clutch every time. She remind me of Caitlin Edgman, I guess Jordan now, but man, Caitlin, just like Linda, they both, it's almost like they have the same exact move.
Yeah.
Stick their head down, a little shoulder bump, layup every time. But man, so it's fun to see because, man, every time the fourth quarter we know it's going in Linda's hands, and we're going to live with the results. We're going to live with the results.
And that's it. And I think that, like Max said, if it's coming down to the end of the game, that's why I want to have the ball.
Oh, for sure.
Because what is she, like 3 for 4, 4 for 5 on game-winning shots?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So, I'm sorry. This is my camera right here. Props to you, Linda. Because keep doing what you're doing. Megan, keep doing what you're doing. Flying Queens, keep doing what y'all doing. Because y'all shooting the ball well. Now, we was talking about y'all earlier, not shooting the 3 well. Now y'all shooting the 3 well.
Knocking it down.
Knocking the threes down, getting things done, and winning games that we need to win. So, props to y'all. Keep that thing up. Next, we're going to hop into baseball. Baseball, faced Tabor, first home series. And that first game was something that I honestly expected. I remember joking around with the announcer, Dan, at the beginning of the game, and he said, something about the wind blowing a little bit, and maybe, 15-14. Because at our field, when the wind gets going, anything could be a home run.
Really?
Like a pop-up could be a home run. It just don't matter. Things happen when it's windy outside. And so we have a lot of high-scoring games. It's sort of very well known. If you come in here, you're probably going to score about 10, 15 runs. But that's exactly what happened in this game. Felix was starting on the mound. He seems like a guy that's sort of just going to give you a lot of strikes. That's a good and bad thing.
Yeah.
Good because, he gonna fill up the zone. He's going to make them earn it. Bad because if they filling up the zone and you got aggressive hitters, they probably gonna piece up a couple balls.
Yeah, it can get ugly.
And so that's exactly what happened. Through 4 1/3, he gave up 8 runs on 10 hits, 3 walks, and 1 K. So they were scoring a lot of runs. But it wasn't something that we couldn't do ourselves. We were doing the same thing. Bottom first, Memo and Samuel put together some key knocks, put us ahead 3-0. Top second, Tabor Answer put together a lot of hits to get across 5 runs in the top second. So that was a real heartbreaker for us in the second. A couple hits here and there from both teams got us 7-8 through 5. Top 6, they hit a 2-run shot to go ahead 7-10. We had a chance to tie it back up after BP hit a 2-run shot to get it back within 1, but we couldn't capitalize after that. So we ended up losing that game 9-10. Some notable players from that game: 3 for 4 was Memo with 2 RBIs. BP was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 1 home run, and Samuel was 2 for 3. That was a game that I honestly felt like we should have won, but we did it. It just comes down to, honestly, that big inning in the second when they put up 5. A 5 spot in the second inning can hurt you a little bit, You know what I'm saying? Getting 5 runs over the course of the game is different, but putting it up in 1 inning, that can sort of demoralize you in a way. Not saying that we did, because we still came back and we still hit the ball.
They still battled.
Still battled, but we didn't come out on top on that one. But the rest of the series, we did what we were supposed to do. Game 2, we won that one 8-4. Potts started this game through 5 1/3. He gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 5 Ks. For 5 innings, they didn't score. So he controlled this game very well. So Potts, big shout out to you, my boy. Way to handle your business, coming out, giving us an opportunity to win this game right here. Braden started off at the bottom of the second with a home run. And they call this man BP. They call him BP for a reason, because everything to this man is BP. For people who don't understand that reference, BP is batting practice.
I didn't even peep that till just now, bro.
BP is batting practice in baseball. They call him BP because his name's Braden Payton, but I'm calling him BP because he sees everything as batting practice. This man had 3 home runs on the weekend. In this particular game, he was 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. So everything he was seeing, red dot. Buddy was stroking the ball for real. After a couple of mishaps on their behalf, Roland Jr. drove in 2 more runs with a base knock. Bottom 4 was a show. Back-to-back home runs by us. Memo started it off. BP came right behind him, and Samuel hit another one right behind him. And that put us up 6-0. We ended up winning that one, like I said, 8-4. Samuel was 2 for 3 with a home run. Roland Jr. was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Memo was 1 for 3 with a home run. And BP was 2 for 3, like I said, with 2 home runs. So 4 home runs in total. And Liam came in for the save to close it out. But I got to show y'all these home runs, man, because these boys was stroking. I'm not going to lie. So, baseball. A lot of people ain't been sending me in no plays, but I was there for that one. If you go back to back home runs, I'm gonna give you a top play of the week.
No, that's
so
gotta be top
that's
play,
definitely
sure.
one of the top plays of the week. The other top play of the week, you already know what it was. We showed y'all earlier. It was just Linda Bryce with that buzzer. Well, it wasn't really a buzzer beater, but it was.
It was tough.
You know what it was.
You know,
it was a game winning
for sure.
So those were our 2 top plays of the week this week.
I might have to throw a third in there, man.
Throw a third in there. What you got?
At the time of the game, I didn't see it.
Okay.
But he posted on his gram yesterday, and I'll get it to you. I'll send it to you somehow. Against USAL Q, of course, he had 8 threes.
Yeah.
This might have been his 8th three. He shot it, turned around, started running. Like also Steph Curry. I didn't peep that thing. I was like, nah, you gotta have. I was like, you gotta be bold to do that. So I'm gonna throw that in. I'm gonna throw that in the top play for sure.
There for y'all, man, and we're gonna show y'all the top plays of the week. Well, I'll say a top 3 plays of the week. So that's good. I'm glad that we got some things going on, man. So I'm glad we got that. We won that next game 4-2 as well. Juan finally got his first well-deserved dub. And through 5, he gave up 2 runs on 7 hits, no walks, 4 Ks. It was a low-scoring game. We put together a couple of timely hits and won that one 4-2. Felix was 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. Memo was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a home run. So Memo been struggling as well, just like BP. Game 4, it was a Siebert show. But he came in through a complete game with no runs, 2 hits, no walks, 5 Ks. But he was going stupid. You know what I'm saying? I would throw you up there for a certified nominee this week, but we got a lot going on, and I'm gonna explain that one to y'all. But that's what I like to see. We winning low and scoring games, and that's a good way to decipher what's a good baseball team, because everybody can win those games where you beating down a team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But to win a game 1-0, 2-0, those low scoring games, that's a good baseball team right there. We hit all throughout the game. Like I said, we scored 5 runs. Riley drove in 1, going 1 for 3. Delvis drove in 1, going 1 for 4. Felix drove in 2, going 2 for 3. And Van the Man, he got his call, and the man went 3 for 3.
Like you said he needed that tap on his shoulder last week.
That's what I'm saying.
You said that.
I said put him in the game. They put him in the game, and he went 3 for 3. So big shout out to you, Van.
That's tough, bro.
Let's go ahead and move on to softball real quick, man. Softball, game 1, lost 3-4. Stats were mixed up. We had some people on our team on their team, and their team was on our team. So I don't know what that was with the stats. So I'm sorry, I couldn't keep up with that when I didn't even want to decipher it.
Blame that on US Dub.
Yeah, exactly.
Website people.
Exactly.
That's on them.
So all I know is that we lost that one 3-4. Game 2, we lost that one 2-3. We scored first after back-to-back errors and a pass ball by them. So we scored on their mishaps, but scoring is scoring. So I'm glad we got those runs. They came back in the bottom second after stringing some hits together and succeeded on a double steal up and went up 1-3. Bases loaded, top 7, 1 out, down 2. We couldn't clutch up.
That's
Clutch up.
Twice they did that.
Yeah. Couldn't clutch up. Only scored 1 run. We ended up losing that game 3-2. That was a game that we honestly should have won. Amber, our pitcher, threw 6, gave up 3 runs on 6 hits, no walks, 3 Ks. That's a solid game.
Yeah, that's
a very solid game.
Smooth game, enough to win for sure. That's enough to win a ball game.
That's the big one. Definitely enough to win. So sucks that we didn't pull that one out, but we'll move on to the next one. We ended up losing game 3, 6-7. Jumped out 6-0, put together some hits early in the first to get 1, and in the second, Michaela had a 2 RBI double, Ariana had an RBI single, and Reagan had an RBI double. We were hitting, and I think we got comfortable. You know how that is when you get way up,
you get comfortable,
and then you start chilling, and it's like, no, you can't chill.
You can't chill. No matter how much you cannot chill.
Addie Rich got herself out of a jam in the third with bases loaded, and only gave up 1 run through 3 innings. Yeah, she gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. That's solid.
Yeah, that's solid.
Problem was she got herself in a bind, and a lot of times coaches, once they see you get yourself in a little trouble, they're hesitant to put you back out there because they don't want to put you back out there, and then you get pieced up, and then, you know what I'm saying?
Then it get ugly.
But it's a tough decision to make because, as you can see, once they took her out and they put somebody else in, the other team started jumping on her. You know what I'm saying? They weren't seeing her. It was just at that time she got herself in a little bind. I think she walked or hit somebody. I don't know what it was, how they got the bases loaded, but she only gave up 1 run. But that's a tough decision to make as a coach. You don't know whether to put her back out there or not. It's just really just whatever happens. And once we took her out, they started scoring all their runs. They scored 2 in the 4th and 4 in the 5th and went on to win 6-7. Michaela was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs in that game. Reagan was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Amber was 2 for 3 as well. So we were hitting the ball. We just didn't win.
Yeah, we just didn't win, but it looked like everybody individually played some decent games.
Absolutely. So that's all right though. Game 4, we finally got the first dub. We got the first dub.
Softball history.
Yes, sir.
Big time.
4-3. Once again, we jumped out early 3-0 after a couple hits and some errors in the first. Bottom 6 was dangerous. They started racking up some hits, got it back to 4-3, and Amber stayed tough though. Like I said, in the earlier game, she had a really well-pitched game, just didn't come out with the dub. But this one, she threw a complete game, gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. So she's a solid pitcher.
Yeah, she's been filling up the stat sheet. It look like.
That's what I'm saying. So she's doing her job. So big shout out to you. I ain't gonna leave you out. Michaela was 2 for 4, and Jaden was 2 for 4. And so we finally got the first dub. So I'm happy to see that. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the certified nominees this week because we gotta make this one quick. BP, Braden Payton, 6'4", on the week, 545 batting average, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs, and he was the sack baseball player of the week. Now, crazy thing about that, He wasn't the only one that went stupid this weekend. Arcadio Frosto, I'm sorry if I messed your name up. That's why I call you Memo. That boy went 6 for 11 as well. Also 545 batting average with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. So that's gonna be a tough.
I wasn't familiar with Arcadio game. I had a class with him. He a little quiet dude.
Yeah, he quiet, but
I didn't know he was like that. So Arcadio.
Yeah.
I like your game, bro.
Yeah, buddy's solid. And so we got 2 guys from the baseball team that's certified nominees this week. Megan, y'all already know she's gonna be on the list. Come on now, I gotta put her on there. If you keep dropping doubles, I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna outvote you like they did LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Yeah, nah.
Just because
we're not
they
gonna
dominate.
get tired of voting you, man.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get tired of voting. I'm gonna put you in there every time.
If you're the best player, you gonna get it. That's how this works.
21-20 on 8 for 12 field goals and 17 and 20 on 7 for 13 field goals with 4 blocks and 3 steals. So she was doing it defensively too. So I mean, my goodness. And then Quentin Coleman, y'all already know, but he dropped 30 points from 9 for 14 field goals on 8 for 11 from the 3 as well. So we got 4 nominees this week.
This gonna be a good one right here. I ain't gonna lie. This gonna be a good one right here.
So y'all gotta hop on the story and vote.
Y'all gotta vote. Y'all gotta go out there and vote.
Y'all already know the top 5 players of the week. We'll post that on the social media pages as well. So let's go ahead and jump into these upcoming games, man. Thursday, basketball will be against Langston. Friday, baseball will be against Arlington Baptist this weekend. Softball will be at Texas College on Friday. And then on Saturday, softball will be against Arlington Baptist as well. And then Saturday, basketball will be at Central Christian. The Langston games is really what we're looking forward to. Got to have both of those.
It is.
Men's and women's. Central Christian, y'all better win. We're not going to lose to them.
We got to win, man. The thing is, I don't like speaking on it, man. We done lost at Central Christian.
Yeah.
Men at least, the girls blown out.
Yeah.
Men lost the last 2 times at Central Christian, so
right.
we got to avenge ourselves. We owe them one at their place for sure.
Absolutely. Sunday, men's golf will be kicking off their spring season at the TPC San Antonio Invitational. So that's the quickest we can get through all of that information. I know it probably wasn't a lot of back and forth, but that's all we had for y'all this week, man. A lot of top plays, a lot of top players. So hope that y'all get on social media, interact with all the stuff that we got going on. Thanks. I appreciate my boy Tuck for showing up today.
But we remember this one.
Didn't show up today. We'll catch y'all same time next week. All right, man.